Further up the hill, there's a couple of mine entrances underneath the mountain. It's a bit muddy today because it's been raining a lot in the last few days. Looks like we've got a part of a railway that goes into the mountain, or the hill I should say. It's still in place. I'm sure you know me well enough to know I'm not going to go in there. I think this is going to be an interesting little tour. That's the fourth entrance I found in a space of about 50 metres. And I seem to be walking down a trench, or a wide trench, in fact, like. Don't know what to expect. Yeah, it's finally going uphill. Entry to Gallery Y. That's collapsed here. It's a big crater. Now up to the monument. Various pieces of railway sleepers metalwork, don't know what that is. And here's the monument. Here's the memorial on the top of the hill again. There is a photograph here, because on the top of the hill, prior to the war, there was a little village called Vauquois, or Vauquois. And this is what it looks like today. As with other the destroyed villages around Verdun, they've put markers to indicate what used to be places. There's a little white marker in the middle there. That used to be where the church was. If I remember correctly from my notes, this massive hole is actually the result of a German mine, a massive explosion which killed about 100 French soldiers. Hang on, there's some people over there. Get a scale of this place. I think this is Saturday morning, and they've all come prepared with pickaxes and things, so they must be going underground. There are about nearly 5 kilometres of tunnels and passageways underneath this hill, and this is where the villagers lived and hid during the war, and then soldiers used it as well. Hi ho, it's off to work we go. Oh my god, they've killed one. That little marker indicates where the church was, and the church went from right to left in terms of the orientation. And here's a village map, so you can see that's the church. And here we go, there's the German line across that side of the valley, or the Butte as it's called, and the French line was on this side, so where I'm standing. So basically you had the Germans over there, the French over here, and let a battle commence. It's quite a big site, this. Not sure if that sounds quite clear. Here was the city hall of Vauquois before 1914. There's a little bit pile of boulders and what looks like the entrance to a cellar. And this is right on the French front line. I haven't quite reached the German side, I've just come backwards a little bit. But this is a German mine of the 14th of May 1916. 60 tons of explosives, 108 dead. Now that looks deep. It's deeper than Lochnagar, I reckon. It's hard to tell how big it is though, because there's so many other explosions that have gone on around it. But that's a big hole. And that's the German side over there. I'm looking from the German line up towards the French line. There's a couple of people over there, so that gives an idea of scale again. Just as I was coming up the steps, there's a little hole to one side. And there was what looked like a little mouse looking up at me. He was like, eh? He froze for a couple of seconds and then dashed back into his hole. Anyway, behind me we have lots of trenches, some concrete bunker that way. I'll go there in a second. I just want to head this way. It's like a big piece of metal sticking out. Oh, I see. Okay. I think it's part of the side wall of the bunker. Yep. There's loads of these large slugs, rather. Where are they? Orange. No idea what they are, but they're everywhere. I keep squashing them in the road, unfortunately. Here we have a very good drawing. So I am here, or we are here. So that's the German front line across here. And then, as I say, the series of little mines, and then the big one, May 16, and that's the French lines across there. So the White Memorial is where the French were. And these are a series of mine craters. The sign says this is the German second line. Be careful down here, it's very muddy. That goes right down. It's caved in at the bottom.
t'imagines un peu plus facilement, je trouve. Tu vas aller dedans, Titi.
Non, c'est bon là.
Regarde, t'imagines vraiment parce que c'était leur vie, leur quotidien. En pensant à des bouges et tout ça. T'as vu dans quoi il vivait, Tintin?
Oui, j'ai vu.
Il est pendant 2 ans, là.
Là, c'est 4 ans.
Now, the further you walk here, mainly down the former trench lines, the more you see. It's just trenches going off and then bunkers like this. Or should I say entrances? Oh, that's concrete sandbags. But don't want to go down there. Too wet and slippery. These are very, very deep as well. I think that's a good 8 foot high. There's another concrete structure of some sort. Again, it's cement sandbags. This is something observatory, I presume. We're looking out this way. Looks like it. So presumably there's some sort of covering. The trees weren't here. I'll be looking that way.